Very special thanks to Reverend Chris Rowe of the Apostolic Temple, formerly Midway Gospel Tabernacle, for so graciously opening his doors to us last weekend and letting us review the archives of the church. Without those records, there were pieces of our historical puzzle that we may not have otherwise been able to find. Reverend G.B. Rowe did not see skin color when he looked at an individual, from lay members to elders of his church. All were welcome, no matter their race. I learned during the testimonial meetings this weekend that even Reverend Rowe's funeral was preached by a minister with black skin. This would have been extremely difficult during the years that Indiana boasted as having the largest concentration of white supremacists in the nation, organized under the Indiana Ku Klux Klan. It's very significant when considering that William Branham was at the time the bishop of a church led by the Klan's former second-in-command, Reverend Roy E. Davis, and he built his evangelical career holding revivals with the Klan's supreme religious chaplain, Reverend Caleb A. Ridley. Branham's assistant pastor at the time that he visited Mishawaka, George DeArk, taught that people with black skin were the result of a sexual union between Cain and the ape. William Branham later changed this to his serpent seed doctrine. Reverend Rowe has given us permission to share the history of the church, including pictures, publications, and other information that we collected, which has a strong intersection with the history of William Branham. Not the version of history used by William Branham's stage persona, the history of Midway Gospel Tabernacle is meticulously documented, with many photographs, and it helps to paint a much clearer picture of the events that happened during the early 1930s that are missing from William Branham's biographical record. A new research page has been added to william-branham.org that describes this history, and we've already started processing the hundreds of documents and photographs that were collected during the trip. Though William Branham claimed to have been a Baptist, unfamiliar with Pentecostals and divine healing, Branham's own Pentecostal church was part of the revival circuit for the Pentecostal leaders, and his trip to Mishawaka was nothing like he described in his fictional life stories. Mishawaka's Reverend G.B. Rowe and Cincinnati's Reverend Frank Kurtz, both Pentecostal leaders, were on revival tours that led Kurtz to Branham's Pentecostal church immediately before William Branham joined the Mishawaka revival, led by Branham's campaign manager, Raymond Hoekstra. You can learn this and more on william-branham.org.